Surprise cruise line rule changes catching cruisers off guard. Nobody warned us, but the cruise rulebook has quietly changed. Again. And some of the new rules? They're bizarre. From banning your smart luggage to cutting your lobster servings. And yes, there's now a rule that could actually get your teenager kicked off the ship. So before you pack, swipe, or even step on board, here are the 11 cruise line rule changes catching unsuspecting passengers off guard in 2025. Let's start with one that's freaking out cruise moms everywhere. Number 1. Carnival's teen curfew rule, strictly enforced. Well, it finally happened. Carnival turned into your mom. As of mid-2025, there's a brand new rule. Anyone under 18 must be out of public areas by 1 a.m. Not just the nightclub, we're talking arcades, hallways, pool decks, even that random couch near the pizza place. And if they're caught breaking curfew, they don't just get a warning, they can be locked in their cabin for the rest of the cruise. Or worse, kicked off the ship. Imagine getting grounded on international waters. One kid tried to get out of it by saying, "But it's my birthday." Security said, "Cool story, happy birthday, now go to your room." Carnival says it's about keeping things safe and chill after dark. Parents say, "Gee, would have been nice to know that before I booked the family cruise." So if your teen was planning to rage in the arcade at 2 a.m. while holding a slice of pizza and a glow stick? Not this year, buddy. Not this year. Number 2. Deck chair hogging crackdown. Ah yes, the ancient cruise ritual. Wake up at the crack of dawn, toss a towel on a deck chair like it's your birthright, then disappear for 4 hours to eat pancakes, nap, and maybe accidentally shop for duty-free watches. Well, guess what? 2025 says nope. Cruise lines are now in full-on chair justice mode. Leave your deck chair unattended for more than 30 to 40 minutes, and the crew is officially allowed to evict your towel, fold your book like origami, and relocate your flip-flops to the lost and found in a section quietly labeled Chair Hog Walk of Shame. Royal Caribbean gives you 30 minutes. Carnival's a bit more generous with 40, but either way, the towel police are real, they are ruthless, and they do not care about your half-empty bottle of sunscreen as a placeholder. True story? Last month, a guy named Gary from Ohio tried to claim 4 chairs using his kids' stuffed animals, a pair of prescription glasses, and a cruise newsletter folded into a swan. He came back 2 hours later to find his swan decapitated, his items bagged, and 4 very smug Canadians sipping margaritas in his spot. Gary appealed to guest services. Guest services referred him to the official cruise line chair hog policy and handed him a seat, in the shade, by the buffet, near the ice sculpture carving demo. So yeah, if your deck chair plan includes reserve it and vanish, you better be back before your towel gets cold. If you're enjoying the video so far, could you give it a quick like and subscribe? It helps the channel way more than you know. And if you comment "Cruise for you" below, I'll make sure to personally thank you for watching. Alright, back to the next cruise rule twist. Number 3. Buffet portion limits. Yes, even lobster night. You know how some cruisers treat lobster night like it's the Olympics of overeating? 5 tails, 2 steaks, a mountain of shrimp, and still room for just a tiny slice of triple-layer chocolate cheesecake? Well, guess what? 2025 called, and it's putting your buffet dreams on a diet. Cruise lines, especially on longer sailings, are now limiting how much food you can heap onto your plate. And not just on any night, they're cracking down on the holy grail of cruise dining. Lobster night. Some ships now politely serve you 1 lobster tail at a time. Others don't even try to be subtle. They've got giant signs that say, "1 lobster tail per guest. Yes, we're watching you, Jerry." One guy tried to beat the system by switching shirts and looping back around. He came through the line 3 times, first in a polo, then in a Hawaiian button-up, and finally in what can only be described as a beach towel cape. Nice try, my dude. Security followed the trail of butter drips and took his name off the trivia sign-up sheet out of spite. Cruise lines say it's about cutting food waste, but let's be honest, this feels personal. Lobster night has now become lobster maybe, if you behave. So if your plan was to relive your Red Lobster fantasy 12 times in a row, better bring disguises, a strategy, and maybe a decoy plate of salad. And speaking of clacking claws and dramatic flair, let's talk about what's now banned from the dance floor. Number 4. Fans banned in nightclubs. You know those dramatic handheld fans that go clack every time someone vogues? Well, The cruise line DJ may still be spinning, but those fans? Banned. Especially indoors, like the nightclub, the theater, even the atrium dance-offs. They've been officially labeled as nuisance items. And yes, this rule was quietly introduced back in 2023, but now it's being strictly enforced in 2025. Apparently, too many passengers were getting hit in the face mid-Macarena, or recording audio ruined by someone clapping plastic every 5 seconds. So now, if it folds, clicks, and sounds like a thunderclap when you open it, keep it in your cabin. Cruise lines say it's about keeping the peace. One cruiser said, "But my fan is part of my outfit." Sorry, darling. Fashion's great, but not when it causes an onboard incident report. Number 5. Mexico's cruise taxes just got expensive. Headed to Mexico on your next cruise? Pack sunscreen, flip-flops, and a small loan from the bank. Because 2025 just turned your margarita stop into a mini-tax seminar. Here's the deal. There's now a $5 cruise passenger tax, which sounds reasonable, until it starts creeping up to $21 like it's got its own loyalty program. But wait, there's more. Mexico is also adding a $42 non-resident fee per person starting July 2025. That's right, just for being you. So let's say you're cruising with a family of 4. That's $168 in surprise fees before you've even bought your first sombrero or taken your stage photo with the donkey. And no, this isn't the cruise line squeezing you. These are government port fees, quietly tacked onto your account like a sneaky guacamole upcharge. Some cruisers found out the hard way, checked their onboard account expecting maybe a soda charge, instead saw a mysterious line that said, "Port fee adjustment, gracias." And guess what? It's not just Mexico. Cruisers are getting sneak attacked in other places too. Let's talk about how cruise prices are being advertised now, and why they might be lying straight to your face. Number 6. Price transparency laws for California cruises. Now here's a plot twist. California has forced cruise lines to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think it was possible either. Thanks to brand new state laws, if you're cruising out of California, the price you see is finally the price you pay. No more $199 7-night cruise, plus $200 in port fees, $180 in taxes, $90 in towel laundering, and one emotional support surcharge for looking too stressed at check-in. It's like the cruise version of a plot twist where the villain suddenly tells the truth. A reverse surprise fee. Instead of your total going up at checkout, it just stays the same. Wild. But of course, there's a catch. This only applies if you're sailing from California, so if you're booking out of Florida or Texas, you're still playing that classic game. Guess that final fare. Is it $499? Is it $999? Will it cost you your dignity and a kidney? No one knows. But hey, if you're booking from LA or Long Beach, at least now you'll know exactly how broke you're about to be before you click confirm. And speaking of governments suddenly getting bold, wait till you see what Greece and Barcelona are doing to your port days. Number 7. Greece's new €20 arrival fee plus daily cruise caps. Planning to twirl through Santorini in a flowy dress with the gelato in one hand and no crowds in sight? Yeah. Not in 2025, my friend. Greece has officially joined the Surprise Fee Olympics, and they're winning gold. Starting now, they're charging €20 per cruise passenger at iconic ports like Mykonos and Santorini just to step off the ship. That's right. You haven't even taken your first selfie, and you're already down $20. But wait, there's more. Greece also introduced daily cruise caps, which means fewer ships are allowed to dock, and even if your ship does make it, you might not be allowed off. Imagine waking up excited for Santorini and getting the dreaded announcement, due to port restrictions, today will be a relaxing day at sea. Translation: you're stuck on board with the guy who won't stop talking about how much he lifts. Locals say this is to combat over-tourism. Cruisers say it's to combat joy. You thought you were booking a Greek island adventure? Plot twist: you're doing laps around the pool while eating tzatziki-flavored disappointment. And if you think that's bad, wait until you hear what Spain is doing next. Because Barcelona isn't just charging you, they're physically deleting the port. Stay tuned. Number 8. Barcelona is shrinking the port, literally. Barcelona, the crown jewel of European cruise ports, has decided it's time for a glow-down. In a move no one asked for, they're cutting their cruise terminals from 7 down to 5 and slapping a cap on daily passenger numbers. 31,000 max by 2030. And if you're thinking, oh, 2030? That's years away. Ha. Cute. That crackdown has already started. Ships are already getting turned away or rescheduled. You thought you were docking next to Gaudi's masterpiece? Nope. You're now parking somewhere near a shipping container and a stray cat named Luis. This whole thing is part of a cleanup tourism effort. Barcelona says it's about protecting the locals, improving air quality, and keeping the city livable. And look, we get it. But for cruisers, it kind of feels like they're just putting up a giant "No Fun Allowed" sign next to the Sagrada Familia. So, if you had dreams of sipping sangria on La Rambla, you might want to check your itinerary again, because some passengers are waking up to find Barcelona mysteriously replaced with relaxing day at sea, which we all know means sitting on a sun lounger next to a guy coughing Dorito dust while his Bluetooth speaker plays yacht rock on loop. And just when you thought port access was your only problem. Next up, your luggage might be banned too, because if your suitcase has a built-in battery you can't pop out, yeah, that thing's not cruising anywhere. Number 9. Smart luggage with non-removable batteries is out. Remember when having a high-tech suitcase that could charge your phone, track your location, and probably apply for a passport felt super cool and futuristic? Yeah. Well, in 2025, that same bag is considered a rolling fire hazard with abandonment issues. Cruise lines have officially banned smart luggage with built-in lithium-ion batteries that can't be removed. Doesn't matter if it's TSA approved. Doesn't matter if it cost you $400. Doesn't even matter if it perfectly matches your sequined, formal night outfit that screams, "I'm here to drink from a pineapple and make questionable buffet decisions." If your bag can't pop that battery out like a Lego piece under pressure, it's not coming on board. No charging, no tracking, no vibing. Just you, frantically repacking at the cruise terminal into a $60 emergency duffel bag that smells like sadness and pineapple air freshener. Apparently, the problem is that non-removable batteries can overheat in storage areas with poor airflow, which is a fancy way of saying, we're not letting your suitcase start a surprise bonfire in the luggage hold. And yes, people have tried to sneak them through. One woman put her smart bag inside a normal bag like it was going undercover. Didn't work. Security unzipped that thing faster than a kid on Christmas morning and hit her with the classic, "Ma'am, step aside." So, if you're bringing smart luggage, make sure the battery comes out, because if not, the only thing that's going to be cruising is your bag, straight back into your Uber. Number 10. Other smart devices getting the boot. Turns out cruise ships in 2025 aren't just banning smart luggage. They're now coming for your techie travel dreams, one gadget at a time. Cruise lines have officially said nope to things like personal Wi-Fi routers, mobile hotspots, and yes, even your precious little Starlink Mini, aka the satellite backpack you bought to just check emails while mid-Bahamas mojito. Also banned? Drones, especially the ones with cameras, GPS, or attitude. One guy launched his drone for some epic sail-away footage, but all he got was epic footage of security confiscating it mid-flight like an angry seagull with a badge. Cruise lines say these devices can interfere with onboard systems, navigational equipment, or just annoy the crew. Also, not every port wants a bunch of flying GoPros buzzing around like robotic mosquitoes. So if your carry-on looks like it could live stream a SpaceX launch, you might want to leave it at home, or risk getting flagged for suspiciously high-tech vibes. And if you think that's strict, oh, just wait, because the next thing they're banning isn't even in your bag, it's on your face. Number 11. AI glasses and smart jewelry are now banned. All right, here it is. The weirdest, wildest rule of them all. In 2025, cruise lines officially banned a new category of dangerous items. Your sunglasses. Yep, that's where we are now. If they've got AI features, speakers, a mic, or even a suspiciously smug vibe, they're out. We're talking AI-powered glasses, smart rings, wearable translators, and anything that can record, listen, or live stream while you pretend to innocently sip a pina colada. One poor guy showed up in AI Ray-Bans, ready to rock voice commands and real-time translation. Security took one look and said, "Sir, are you here for a cruise or an undercover sting operation?" He tried to argue it was just for directions. They said, "You'll be taking directions, back to the parking lot." And smart jewelry? If your ring does more than sparkle, like, say, record conversations or summon Alexa, that's a no-go too. You can either wear a watch or launch a satellite, but not both. Cruise lines say it's about protecting privacy. Translation? If your accessories are smarter than your Uncle Gary, they're not getting on the boat. So before you pack for your next vacation, ask yourself this: are my sunglasses just sunglasses? Because in 2025, the new motto is, if it can spy, it can't sail. If this video saved you from a cruise ship surprise, go ahead and tap like, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments if any of these rules shocked you. And hey, if you want even more secrets cruise lines don't want you to know, feel free to watch this next video right here.